Hey everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Trauma Team. Last time we continued Naomi's investigation of the death of Mr. Dennis. And, we learned that there was an electrician. And this electrician helped narrow down some options here. He just came in to fix the air. But what we have learned is that there is enough evidence to support that it may not have been a suicide. The best way to find out for sure is to head to the crime scene itself. FBI gave us some clearance. We're gonna find out what's going on. Oh man, we got tools.
Now that I look closely, the burns are most severe right here. What was burning here?
So they're
if I
ashes.
send this for analysis, I might find out what was on fire on the table.
Okay, we have magnifying glass, and that is all we can do for now, because they're... I don't know if they'll give us all of the tools and options, because there are multiple investigations, as there are multiple procedures for every character, so...
This is where the deceased's corpse was. If this blood stain is his blood, then...
Then he died on his back. Because it's, his arm would be on the left side. If he was on his stomach, his left would be on the left of someone else's perspective. It literally has to be on back.
Yes, the injury was on his left wrist. From the position of the blood stain, it would appear he was lying face up on the bed. There was only the one blood stain, so he didn't move around much after his wrist was slit. If this truly is a suicide, that would mean that he bled to death here. However, the amount of hemorrhaging here seems to be too small for a man to completely bleed out.
Yeah, you got a lot of blood in your body. Oh wait. So I just hit the right thing?
It's the ceiling fan. There's a speed selector and a timer. One of the blades seems to be broken now.
Because the repairman came that day. Feel like he may handle fans in some fashion. There's 5 stars on that fan. Oh no.
The electrician had supposedly come to fix the air. I need to review his testimony to confirm what he actually fixed.
Maybe there's an AC unit. I was thinking it was an AC unit from the beginning. How do I move? No idea how to move to the right. I guess that's all we can find at... Wait! That. Oh. Yeah, no way to hit that arrow there, so... Maybe investigate the stuff we do have. Return to the crime scene, sounds good. You know, at least this game's smart enough to tell me just to go back the way I came. Need to continue investigating the scene. Yeah, well, how do I do that? Pressing things on the nunchuck actually make a left thing appear as well. I don't have many buttons on this Wiimote, so it's like... Man, I feel stupid right now, guys. I do.
Who's this in the picture? The deceased's friend? I see. I was so caught up in the case that I didn't check the man's background. Hello, little guy. Can you hear me?
Oh, yes, I hear you. Did you need something, Dr. Kimishima?
Yes. Can you do me a favor and look into the deceased's friends? I'm going to send you a picture right now. Try getting a hold on whoever that is.
All right. Is there anything in particular you'd like us to find out?
Let's see. First, about the deceased himself. It'd be great to find out more about the day of the incident.
All right, I'll make preparations to have them questioned. I'll send you the recordings of their answers, so please check the recorder.
Good. I'm glad you can get on this so quickly. I'll be counting on you.
Ah, I see. I guess it's trying to hint at me to check everything, but I kept getting focused because there's an arrow. I'm like, oh, do I hit this and then it'll move me? It's like, I don't know. You're making me feel sad. You're also making me look stupid. Well, I guess we should just check the info in here before we cash everything in. James Morton. Let's listen about behavior of the victim.
What you want, man? Why are you calling me out here? Huh? You want to talk about Dennis? You're better off asking his girlfriend. Her name's, Stella. Yeah, she's at the club down on Roulette Street. Yeah, she can probably tell you more about Dennis than I can. That guy, huh? No, nothing. He's a friend of mine, you know? I don't hate him. I mean, we'd been drinking together the night before he died, after all. I don't know, he did seem pretty flush recently, if you know what I mean. He called me up out of the blue and, said he'd pick up the tab that night. That wasn't really important, it was just how he normally brags. That wasn't really important, it was just how he normally brags. He was all proud of this red Portland Jacks t-shirt he was wearing, too. The red ones are a limited edition or something, they're pretty rare. Didn't you know that? Lame. His job, huh? Yeah, he worked at this crappy little bar in some back alley. Then again, you probably can't really call it a bar either. How did he make his cash? Psh, who knows, man? I don't. Hey, that's why I said you should be talking to his girlfriend. Hey, you guys seriously think that he offed himself? It's just stupid. And he was one sharp SOB, always looking out for himself. It's just stupid. And he was one sharp SOB, always looking out for himself. I mean, he always thought that if you had no money, then you should get out and steal some. You really think someone like that would just kill himself? Well, it's got nothing to do with me anyway. What you want, man? Why are you...
I have to find something about the victim's behavior here. Let me go toward the end there.
I mean, he always... You really...
Alright, well, let's roll it back.
Then again, you probably can't really call it a bar either. How did he make his cash? Psh, who knows?
That has nothing to do with behavior.
Hey, that's why I said you should be talking to his girl. Hey, you guys serious? It's just stupid. And he was... I mean, he always...
Well, it's not toward the end, so it must be maybe in the early parts.
Her name's, Stella. Yeah, she can probably tell you more. That guy, huh? No. We'd been drinking together the night before he died, after all. He called me up out of the blue and, said he'd pick up the tab that night. He was all proud of this red Portland Jacks t-shirt.
A Portland Jacks t-shirt. If he was telling the truth, the victim was wearing that shirt on the day of the incident.
Ah, God, how the how did I not put that together? I'm dumb.
In any case, after hearing this testimony, it seems hard to believe that the deceased would have committed suicide. That reminds me, the man said in his interview that the deceased had a girlfriend.
Yeah, he did.
I wonder if HQ knows who she is. This is worth asking Little Guy about.
Yes, did you call Dr. Kimishima?
I need you to look into somebody for me. A woman named Stella Abbott.
Oh, the deceased's girlfriend? Well, technically his ex.
That doesn't matter. Can you find her?
We already have. HQ's just finished questioning her. Oh, should I send you the recording?
Please. Now, if you don't mind. I feel like I'm getting closer to understanding who Dennis Taylor really is.
Well, let's move on to yet another recording. I guess we can't yet. Alright. I thought we would. I guess while he's sending the recording, let's go to the evidence room and look at his shirt. Which was a dress shirt, if I remember, so this is weird. Oh yeah, let me pick up the nunchuck for this. Whoops. Here we go. My controller's going nuts. Hold on. This is what happens when you Let's Play, guys. It all falls apart at the seams. Okay. Here we go.
That reminds me. Someone mentioned the clothing that the deceased was wearing on the day of the incident. That's odd. There's nothing that stands out about the clothing. Somebody said something about what the deceased had been wearing that day.
There, now that we know about the shirt, this is much better. Now, exit. I said exit. Thank you. Get out. Get out. Never come back. Don't do it. Never. No. Absolutely not.
Something about the...
Something about the shirt's bothering you? It's, different color. It's supposed to be a red Portland Jack. There you go.
That's right. The deceased was apparently wearing a red t-shirt on the day of the incident. Did he change after he got home? Or was there some reason for changing his shirt?
Tell me about the shirt, my friend. How dare you not be able to tell me about it? Oh yeah, let's put together more info.
This does raise some doubts. The electrician supposedly came to the victim's room to fix his air. But he didn't repair the ceiling fan? Or did the fan break after the electrician had left?
There we go.
In any case, I'll need to hear his account again.
There, now we can hear about that. That's awesome. We'll leave this stuff for now.
Dr. Kimishima, did you receive the voice data?
From the deceased's girlfriend? Have you sent it?
You should be able to listen to it using the recorder. Please listen to it when you can.
Right. First, I want to know about the deceased's source of income.
He did seem fairly well off for somebody without a steady job.
Indeed. I'll be listening for that while I'm going over the recording.
Okay. First off, let's go back to the electrician first. What was fixed?
Yes? Oh, that was... yes. Yeah, it was really quick. Right. Yes. He said he...
I have to find out what was
that
fixed.
He said his air was broken and needed to be fixed.
Sounds like ventilation, I believe.
A murder? Yes.
It's gotta be in here somewhere.
I think I was only there for about an hour. Yes, I fixed his heater.
There we go.
He fixed the heater. Something about that seems odd.
Oh, please don't tell me the heater exploded. Yeah, it's too hot to need a heater. What the fuck does he want the heater for? It's supposed to be like really, really hot there, so... let's update that.
Yes, the deceased's neighbor mentioned that. Summer is already starting. And yet, on the day of the incident, the deceased wanted to have his heater repaired? There's something strange about this after all.
Actually, no. Let's not jump into this. I completely got excited about that I didn't check our probable final witness, Stella Abbott, ex-girlfriend, on his income. Let's go.
Seriously? What do you guys want? I've got work to do, so let's get this over with. Huh? Dennis? Yeah, at first I thought he was an interesting guy, pretty cool and all. But he never had a job, and he just kind of wandered through life. Oh, but he always had money. I'm sure he didn't come by it honestly. Oh, but he always had money. I'm sure he didn't come by it honestly. Ugh, are you really this slow? Don't you get it? Drugs. He was a drug dealer.
Good heavens. The deceased's been holding on to quite a secret. I'm going to have to change the way I approach this case.
So, our deceased is a drug dealer. That's
Let's
great.
go through the information we have, now that we know the deceased's true identity.
Dennis the drug dealer.
Unbelievable. The deceased had this hidden dark side to him.
This is looking more and more like a case worth investigating. If Dennis Taylor was a drug dealer, then there could be a variety of reasons to kill him.
Still, I can't let my prejudices cloud the truth. I need to remain objective. However, it seems that we're going to have to change our views regarding this case.
Right. I'll prepare the CSI's ALS.
ALS, the advanced light source that can adjust the wavelength being emitted?
That's right. An object's visibility depends on the light being reflected from that object. The ALS lets you select a particular wavelength to focus only on what you want to see.
Or hide what you don't want to see.
Oh, no.
I'll try using it. Thanks, little guy.
The investigation light can be used when investigating crime scenes. Anything we can connect here? Do I connect this to that?
That's true then. This does have to do with the victim. But I wonder why. I get the feeling that there's something very wrong about this.
The two accounts from the people who saw Dennis seem to differ. The difference is his behavior. We got it.
Indeed. At first glance, it doesn't seem like these refer to the same person at all. On the one hand, drug-dealing scum enjoying his life. On the other, a man with suicidal depression. Either one of these clues is false, or there's more to this shady business that I haven't found out. In either case, the truth of the matter is that he was indeed a drug dealer.
Okay. Well, let's combine these.
I still have doubts. My main concern about this is...
The reason most people use a ceiling fan is air circulation.
Yes, fans circulate air within a room. If the owner was having his air system fixed, the fan should have been considered part of it. Why then would the electrician fix only the heater and not the ceiling fan?
Nope. I think we'll go investigate the light sources. I think that's what we will do. We will go ahead and use the CSI's cool little tools.
There's white powder scattered on the floor. It looks like there are footprints in it.
We found drugs! We did
I
it.
can guess at what this powder is, but I should send it in for analysis just in case.
What, you don't want to test it? Come on, Naomi. I expect better. Well, now they'll let us move throughout the room. Hold on. It's in the shelf.
Bingo.
Ooh.
There's more of that powder inside this hole in the wall. What an obvious place for a hiding spot. Mr. Taylor wasn't all that clever.
So, he hid his drugs in a hole in a wall. Okay, we've gotten all the information we're gonna get here. Let's continue to try and put some hard evidence on this place. I'm surprised at how long these sections are. Like, to be honest. I like it. Crap, man. We don't put that together. You have it.
Dr. Kimishima, about that white powder that was spread on the floor. There were traces of drugs found within it. A number of different sets of footprints were identified in that powder as well. They all belonged to the firefighters, police, and you, of course.
I see. That means...
Huh. Footprints found the drugs were all the firefighters, policemen, and myself. That shows that the drugs were there for days. You are correct.
do with that?
Ah! That tells us killer's on a firefighter. And it's like suicide, so that. It fell when the fire started.
Exactly. That would be the case. The room belonged to the deceased. If the drugs had been spread on the floor before the incident, his footprints should be there as well. But the only footprints in the room were from people who had entered after the fire. This would mean that the drugs would have to have been spread before or soon after the fire began.
Huh.
All right, let's go over the information we've gathered. First, the white powder.
I love that I end up putting two and two together with the hole in the drugs before I was supposed to. Damn this game. The white powder was revealed to be drugs.
Yes, the trail of drugs led directly to the hole behind the shelf. If the same powder from the floor was inside the hole, then...
The hole discovered in the wall in Dennis's room was a place to throw drugs, a place to hide his drugs.
That's right. But there weren't any drugs inside the hole. The layer of drugs had footprints from the firefighters, the police, and me left in them. All of the footprints had something in common.
They were made after the fire.
Indeed. There weren't any footprints from before the time the fire began. So from this, we can deduce that the drugs must have been scattered on the floor when...
They were scattered just before the fire.
Yes. If I take this even further, I'd say that it would have been after Mr. Taylor stopped moving. In other words, it must have happened between his death and when the fire started. But why were there drugs on the floor?
Whoever took them dropped them? There you go. Killer made a mistake. And thanks to it, we got some solid evidence.
Yes, they must have spilled out when someone removed the drugs from the hole in the wall. Dennis Taylor was killed, and someone walked out with the drugs. I'm starting to get a clearer picture of what happened here, but there's no proof just yet. I need to move on to the next step. I should consult with the little guy about this.
Alright. From here we have obtained 2 really solid pieces of evidence. And they are... the drugs kept in the hole were removed, but some of them were dropped outside that area, so the killer walked out with them. We also know that Dennis, who was enjoying his life as a drug dealer, was also depressed enough to commit suicide. We're starting to learn a bit more. I'm going to end off this episode now, though. Next time, I believe we're going to find out everything, and we're going to finish up Naomi's first mission. So with that, this has been another episode of Let's Play Trauma Team. I am KZ, and I will see you guys next time.